Hey guys, this is Charlie with Hot Tips, and this is day 2 with Android. Just as a quick status update, I am getting a little bit more used to the interface. I feel like I can navigate my way around. I haven't had a lot of time to look at any Android apps really from the marketplace because I've been kind of busy, but I will be looking into some of the cream of the crop, at least as far as the free apps go, so that I can kind of see what it's all about and see what those apps bring me. I'm charging. I've noticed the battery life is. Well, battery life isn't as good as the iPhone 4. I kind of anticipated that only because Android seems to have like that true multitasking. At least I'm going to quote that because that's all I hear people say. And I figured if it's really running all the apps all at once, all the time like that, like people like to do, I figured the battery life would suffer because of that a little bit. So anticipated the phone not having as good as the iPhone 4. Plus, the battery is removable and it's smaller, and battery's size is kind of important as far as the bigger the battery, the longer it lasts. So there is that problem I'm having, and maybe some of you guys out in the audience can actually answer this for me. Maybe some of you guys can. Email. I told you in the first video I'm a big email guy, and email is a problem on this Android, and I'll tell you for 2 reasons. One is I'm having problems putting in the settings for my web addresses or my email addresses for my websites. Both Hot Tips Central accounts, my CharliePryor.net account, my GV Talent account, any account that goes with my websites is giving me errors. And normally I'd say, oh, that's my fault. But I have the exact same credentials and the exact same settings that I have in my Mail app on my Mac, and I have the exact same credentials as it is on the iPhone, on my iPhone 4. And none of those phones are having a problem. Now granted, my iCloud account isn't working on this, I figured. I think there is a way to get it to work though. I'm still investigating that. But regardless of that, this is having an issue with actually connecting to those servers and those accounts. And even though I've got the incoming server, the outgoing servers right and correct as for at least what the other device wants, it's not working on this. It might just because the stock mail app sucks. Maybe there's a different mail app I'm supposed to use. And that makes sense to me because, I mean, the default browser on this kind of sucked too. So I went and got Dolphin browser. I don't know if that's the best one, but that's the one I got. I'm trying to use as much as I can the stock apps that come with Android, but I'm finding out more and more, especially with the calendar, that, and I guess I've been told in the previous video that the calendar app is actually like a Motorola thing. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. The second thing that's bothering me about email is that, and this is another thing, maybe it's another app that I need to use, but I can't get it to show me more than one mail account in the main screen of the Mail app. I've been looking all over for settings, trying to find different apps or different settings that can, maybe get like this universal view of all my mailboxes, and it's just not there. I just don't know where the setting is. Maybe I'm missing it, but I just don't see it. So if I need to use a different Mail app, just tell me, and I'll go and find one that I can use for everything. But right now it seems like the only mailboxes that I can use, and this is, I guess I can understand it a little bit just because it's still Google, is Gmail. And even then I have 3 Gmails, even though I only really use 2 of them. But even with 3 of them plugged into the phone, I can't get them all to display in one thread. It's either one or the other. I can choose a dominant or a main account, and that's the one that appears. I want them all to appear, at least in one thread. And if not in one thread, at least have a way to select which accounts individually, at least, like the iPhone did in iOS 3. So I'd like to have that. I think it's very functional, very useful, and I can probably get it with a different Mail app. So if there is a different Mail app, please tell me. I would love to use it. Going away from Mail, one thing I absolutely love, and I'm abusing this, is the voice to text. I'm absolutely abusing this feature. I'm using it every single time I can, whether I'm tweeting or putting a post in Google Plus, or most often Facebook messaging or texting with Google Voice. I am just loving the fact that I can just talk and it will put the words in the thing. That's cool. I know the 4S has it, but I'm not used to it because I've had the 4, and this software obviously has been doing it for a long time, way before iPhone was doing it. So I'm not used to it, and I am loving this. I was actually confident enough to start. I replied to a few Facebook messages that I had while I was driving, because I felt so confident that I could just, driving along. Yep, that's the message. I'm talk my reply, look at it. Yep, looks good, and I just send it. I didn't have to type, and I think it's. I mean, granted, it's probably dangerous to do that still, and I kind of regret it a little bit, but. There is a few accuracy issues. It's going through vLingo, at least that's the way it's set up to do it right now. And it's probably because I'm not pronouncing my words fully. Maybe it's because I'm speaking too fast. Maybe it has a little bit to do with the software too. I don't know. But for the most part, vLingo is getting most of my words right. I'll give it a 95%. It's doing pretty well. So yeah, there's that. I love that. One thing I don't like, though, I gotta get out of the way with things I don't like too, is the autocorrect in this phone. Not so much its selection on the words to correct and what to use to correct them, but actually selecting text and manually moving throughout what I've already typed. It's a bit of a challenge, and it's kind of frustrating sometimes too. Let's say I wanted to, say, type a word, right, and it's misspelled, and normally it'll give me some options underneath it of things that I can use, and I can see, side is the green word is side. It'll try to autocorrect to that, but I could also say dude. In this case, I wanted to say dude, so I can click it. But if I want to go back into text, I go and normally it makes sense to me to hold down the word, but that's just because I've been using the other platform, which is where you do it. But when you hold down the word, it gives you this menu, and it says, do you want to select the word, select all? Do you want to add dude to the dictionary? It doesn't actually just highlight the word. That's all I want to do. I don't know if I can actually get this in action, but if I just kind of tap, that's when it puts this thing up there, which is cool, except it goes away after a little bit, which isn't a problem, except that in order to move around, I actually have to take and grab that. I have to grab that little cursor thing. I'm not really into that, I'm trying to grab this cursor thing. It's okay on a single line of text, but when you get to when you have paragraphs of text and you're trying to highlight, paragraphs of stuff, all of a sudden your thumb, where you think your thumb is, or where you think your finger's trying to select, it's moving down and it's moving up where you don't want it. So that's kind of a pain in the neck, and I'd rather just be able to select the word and highlight the whole thing. But it's not quite as easy. It's not quite as easy as the iPhone has it doing it. So you'll get that part out of the way. If you can get that out of the way, and you can get used to that part, it's probably not a big deal if you get used to it. But I'm not yet. So that's pretty much all I have as far as updates go for now. There's still a lot of things left to learn, and there's still a lot of things left to explore. I've been told that Moto Blur is not all that good, and I should be using, or try to use, Launcher Pro, I think is what they've been saying. So I'll look into doing that within the next couple of days and try that out too, see if I like it better. If you have any ideas for replacing the stock apps that I'm having problems with, especially email, please let me know in the comments below, because I'd like an accurate depiction of Android to not be, downgraded by stock apps on one phone. So if they have different apps for doing things other than the stock apps, run them by me. I want to download them. I want to use them. I want to use my device with the tools that you guys who have been using your devices for a long time are using. I want to know what it's all about, and I want to know why you like it so much. So that's my progress. That's day 2. I guess we'll have another video tomorrow and tell you some more. See ya.